Hello everyone, hope you can hear me well. My name is Matthew and this is Museum Makers Live. Welcome. This is a new YouTube show all about science, nature, and technology filmed inside the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences in downtown Raleigh, here in our lab, the Viz Lab. So what have we been doing with this program? Well, we've been using it as a forum for you to ask any questions that you have about science or nature or technology while we play Minecraft. But we're not just playing Minecraft just to survive, and do lots of challenges. We're doing that too, but we also have a goal, and that goal is to build the entire museum in Minecraft at one scale. So let me show you a couple things, show you what that's going to look like. First of all, the museum itself looks like this. This is a world-class museum, the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. It's made up of several buildings, but there are two main ones in downtown Raleigh: the Nature Exploration Center on the top right and the Nature Research Center on the top left. That Nature Research Center is where we're filming right now, inside of, like I said, the Viz Lab, which in turn looks like, let me show you what that looks like. No, I don't have that right now. Let's see. Stand by. Stand. Here we go. There. I need to set this up a little better. But yeah, that is the Viz Lab. And oh, look, there's Audrey in the corner there. Hey, Audrey.
Hi.
So
I'm setting up my screen so that I can see everything.
yes.
Oh, hi, Mr. Coco. Mr. Coco is back.
Oh, hi, Mystic. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the game.
Okay, what am I?
Each of these episodes, we're focusing on a particular creature or ecosystem. And this one is the sloth. I'm starting off here at the museum. What is that? See that? Yeah. Get rid of that element.
You've got a little loading symbol
Got it.
on the screen.
Yeah, I just
Oh, I
noticed
don't
that
have
too.
rainbow wreath. That's why. Okay, hold on. I can't get in right now.
Yeah, thanks, Mystic. That was Blockbench. It's gone now. Yes, we had those curtains made in-house. They represent different scientific visualizations. Let me know if my voice sounds odd. Because to me, it sounds odd. I'm going to leave that off for now. Going to this. Okay, I'm getting Minecraft audio going here. And play with these settings here for a moment. We're doing something a little bit different with our Minecraft in order to get certain things working. Working with Forge now, so if something's a little different, it looks a little bit off, just let us. But I think that's it. Can't see quite as far as I could before. Okay, well, anyways, so this is the Nature Exploration Center in the center of your screen here, and over here is the Nature Research Center. Both of them, we've completed a fair amount. Inside and out, the goal is to have it at 1-to-1 scale, which it is, with all of the exhibits, and then when we're done, then we're going to release it online as some kind of mod pack that you all can download as well to visit the museum virtually. Now, I said that we had chosen today's episode to be about the sloth. Why is that? Well, because our museum has an awful lot of not wild, but also awful lot of live animals. And one of those live animals is the sloth. We have a two-toed sloth in our in the living conservatory in the Nature Exploration Center. I need to tweak these settings a little bit. They're a little bit choppy. Stand by. Let's see what I can turn down. Guess I'll turn down some of it. And this is an opportunity for anyone watching to ask any questions they might have. I missed, there is a question in the chat.
Oh yes. Where can you get a suspected possible meteorite looked at? So there I can give you the contact. Actually, I'll just put it in the chat. Of Cindy Lincoln, Dr. Cindy Lincoln, and you can send her an email, and she can let you know all about that.
With really good photographs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very common question. Meteorites are very common, especially little ones. I mean, we're constantly being pummeled. Most of it ends up turning into dust before it hits the ground. In fact, there's a good chance if you were to sweep the roof of almost any given house that you're going to find some little meteorite particles amongst that debris, amongst that dust. So, as we've gone over in every single episode, what's unique about this particular building, this is the newer of the two buildings, the Nature Research Center, is that it is made up of a lot of metal and glass. And even on the inside, a lot of the labs on the inside have glass walls. So it's not fleshed out here, but you can see this is a lab, and there are two other labs down there. This is our lab over here. Everything's behind glass so that anyone who is visiting can see the science as it happens.
Okay, I finally got in.
Good.
Forever. Okay. Oh.
There's a lot of science that goes on inside of museums, a lot of research that goes on, but you often don't hear about it. You almost never see it, at least not live, but here you can. And the other thing that's really cool about this museum, both buildings, all the buildings, is that in North Carolina, all state museums are free. So there isn't any price for admission. You can just come on in. We're open every day except Monday. Oh, I want to go this way. I'm heading towards, so this building, the Nature Exploration Center, is the one that is the most recent addition. So it needs the most work done. There's a spider.
Oh, you don't have stairs to the fourth or the third floor.
Oh, there's you. Yeah, it's pretty sparse.
Yeah, I went to go down the escalator, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, you just fell. Nope, just a hole where it should be. So no, I don't want to be on the fourth floor. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Of course I do. You went too far.
Oh, I like the trapdoor to the roof on the fifth
Yes.
floor. That does not exist in real life.
It does, yes. Trying to make it all so very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what we'll do is in the conservatory, which needs a lot of work done, this is where our two-toed sloth lives, so you can visit on any given day. There are specific times that it's open, however. Those are all on the museum's website, naturalsciences.org, so you can check that out. And there are feeding times for the sloth as well. I don't know that it's every day, but that's your best chance to see it doing something.
So in the living conservatory, there's a special. You'll notice there's 2 doors and kind of a vestibule. Do you want to explain why that is, Matt?
Yes, it's because if you've ever been into any kind of butterfly room, you know that one of the things that can happen, if you're lucky, is that they'll land on you. And we don't want the butterflies to escape. So if you go into this little room first which has mirrors, and you can use those mirrors to check to make sure that there's nothing there and that there aren't any butterflies in the room at all before you then actually exit.
There's also a little fan that that blows anything out that tries to escape.
Yeah. It's just like if you're walking into a Target or something. All right. So now, of course, there are not any sloths in Minecraft. Excuse me.
Yet.
But we have fixed that. Show us what you got, Audrey.
Okay. Oh, he's not in my... Okay. Now, I'm gonna do this in addition, just to make it a little bit... I'm adding another, little...
Oh, yes, sure.
Some more wood. Make it look a little bit better. Okay.
So Audrey and I have been using Blockbench in combination with Creator.
There he is.
There.
Oh,
okay.
He's dying, though.
Oh.
I think I made him too
What?
big. Oh,
No,
he died.
God, that was awful.
He died. Oh, my
What?
gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put him on the ground.
What?
There we go.
So why did that happen?
That happened because his bounding boxes are too large, and I forgot to fix them in the forged version.
So he thought he was inside of something?
Yes.
No.
But he's so small. Look how little he is.
It is tiny. Okay.
I mean, that's accurate to the size of the real sloth.
Yeah. Can we put him somewhere else so we can see him better?
Yes. Here, I'll put him out here. Now we have 2 sloths.
There we go. Just ignore that other one.
If only getting animals was as easy as just throwing an egg on the ground.
There we go. What now? There. Look at him go. Oh, the animation's great.
This is our first successful blockbench animation in Minecraft, so we're very proud of it.
Yes, as you should be. Aside from the fact that it can't hang on something or it'll die.
Yes, which I will fix. That'll be the 1.0.1.
Yes. Progress. The last one didn't move at all.
Mm-hmm.
At least this one can move and perish. Very nice. Okay. Well, can you tell us anything about sloths, Audrey?
Sure. So
Everyone loves sloths.
There's two different genuses of sloth. The 2-toed sloths and the 3-toed sloths. And sloths only live in the Americas. So they only exist in North and Central and South America. The 2-toed sloth, there's only 2 different kinds of 2-toed sloths. There's a lot more 3-toed sloths. But the reason why we have a 2-toed sloth, at least my suspicion, I haven't asked because we've had this sloth longer possibly than I've been alive. Yeah, this sloth is pretty old. But the reason why we have a 2-toed sloth is because they are omnivorous. So, and they're a lot easier to take care of. They'll eat all sorts of kinds of things. Whereas the 3-toed sloths are extremely picky and they have terrible digestive systems. So, and when I say terrible, I don't mean that as to be derogatory towards sloth, but their digestive tracts are not very efficient, and they can only really digest very fresh, newly grown leaves from certain kinds of trees. So, and they'll eat like maybe 50 grams a week of leaves, and they only poop like every 2 weeks. They have very slow metabolisms, kind of like how reptiles have slow metabolisms, and they poop very rarely, or not rarely, but with a lot of time in between. So that slow metabolism, are there other differences between a two-toed sloth and a three-toed sloth other than diet and toe count? I mean, they're different genuses, they're different genera. But those are the two things that I can think of. I'm gonna check the Wikipedia though, because there might be something that I'm missing. It's been a while since I actually looked at all this stuff. I know that the two-toed sloths are more closely related to the ancient sloths. So the sloths from the Pleistocene. Could not come up with the word Pleistocene. So, if you've ever been to this museum, you may have seen the guy that's behind me in my little screen here. I don't know if you can actually see him very well, but that is a giant terrestrial sloth, a giant land sloth, ground sloth fossil that we have here in our museum. Are you grabbing a picture of him?
Yes.
This is Megathera, I believe. And it was found here in North Carolina. It was found near Wilmington-ish. I think, or in Dare County. I can't remember. But it's probably my favorite of our fossils, because these enormous sloths lived here in North America and in parts of South America, large portions of South America, for a long time, for a very long time. And Pleistocene, if you don't know that word, think about it as the Ice Age, or when the mammals, or not the mammals, when the mammoths were around. So it's about the same time as mammoths. We had these great big...
It's a person for scale.
But these weren't the only giant sloths that there used to be. Now sloths are all pretty small. Maybe 2 feet at the most. And they're all arboreal. They don't really go on the ground at all. They only go to the ground to poop. And they only do that, like I said, fairly rarely. But there were also semi-marine sloths, which were giant sloths that would swim in the ocean off of the on the Pacific coast of South America. So where there are marine iguanas in the Galapagos, there may have once been marine sloths as well. Oh my god, you're just filling it with sloth. There's a sloth in the water too.
He was lonely. Yeah, he's fine. He's one of the aquatic ones.
Okay. I don't think they're around anymore, Matt.
They are now.
Okay. We've brought them back. One of the things that I do want to do eventually, there are a couple of paleo mods that we've been playing with some, and I haven't been able to find a Pleistocene or an Ice Age mod that I liked. So we might be adding some of our own Ice Age creatures, like this giant sloth. I was talking about how terrible sloths are at being alive, wasn't I?
Yes.
So sloths are they are not very good at digesting food. They have essentially no muscle mass, which is why they are so slow, is because they're so little of their body is muscle. And you would think that hanging upside down would take a lot of muscle. And with most animals, it would take a lot of muscle. It takes a lot of effort to do, to hang from a branch like that. But sloths have a completely different anatomy that allows them to hang without using any muscles to hold themselves up. They just hang like a hanger in your closet. There's no core required, no core, no abs in these sloths to hold themselves up.
Birds do something kind of similar.
Birds, when they fall asleep, one of the things I didn't learn this until for a long time. I did not know this, but birds, when they sleep at night, they just clamp their toes onto their feet onto a branch and have a subconscious balancing ability that just keeps them from falling upside down.
Right. So they're I believe the way that their muscles and bones work, they do not have to expend any energy to clamp down onto a branch, but they do to release. Yeah.
One of the other things that's weird about sloths is that so every single vertebrate on Earth has 7 cervical vertebrae. They have 7 vertebrae in their neck. So penguins and giraffes and humans and mice and fish, sharks, frogs, everything has 7 cervical vertebrae.
Sharks?
Oh, sharks are weird. I forgot about sharks. They are vertebrates, so they do have vertebrae. They just don't have the other kinds of bones.
Okay.
Sharks are weird though. It's possible they have different cervical systems. Regardless, for some reason, sloths have 9. And we don't know evolutionarily why. We have no idea. They just do. It might be because of their arboreal habits and the fact that they're upside down so much of the time. But we really don't know.
Just to clarify something, sharks are vertebrates, but they do not have a backbone. They have a spinal column made of cartilage. That's why you don't find shark vertebrae like you would like whale vertebrae.
Do they have cartilaginous? Hold on.
Sharks don't have any bones.
Shark cervical system. Doing some quick Googling here.
Yep.
Sharks and rays are very strange. One of the things I was thinking about the other day was, so vertebrates typically make blood inside of their bones, right?
Yep.
So that's what marrow is.
Yeah.
They build blood inside of their bones. But the other day I was like, well, where do sharks make their blood if they don't have bones? It turns out they make it mostly in their liver.
Huh. Yes, I think that there are several places where blood can be produced, red blood cells. Bones, especially in land animals, it makes the most sense for it to grow in bones because it receives the most protection from UV light, UV damage. Cool. All right. Well, why don't we do some building? This isn't going to be a very long stream. We're just going to do this for about another half hour.
Okay.
Just kind of a chill stream. We don't have a cool challenge for you guys today. Because if we did, it'd be a very slow challenge.
While we're building, I can talk about sloth moths too,
Yeah.
or you can if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't remember a whole lot about them, but
Yeah. Yes, you'll notice that Audrey's sloth hair has, if you look on the back there, some green patches. Trying to be realistic here. If they hang around long enough and get old enough in the rainforest where they're constantly getting damp, it will grow algae, like a lot of creatures will. All right, come on, guys, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Make sure no sloths escape.
the vestibule is actually for the sloths, not the butterflies.
Yes, it is. They're also happy in there now. Sloths are not communal creatures. I don't think there are any that are.
Nope. They don't really hang out with one another.
They wouldn't want to draw attention to themselves. They want to stay hidden. Okay. All right, so I'm working on the layout on this floor. This is the 4th floor of the Nature Exploration Center. This is the Living Conservatory. This is a cafe, the Acro Cafe.
We have 2 cafes in the museum, one in the NEC and one in the NRC.
Let's see what I'm going to work on here. I guess I'll work on these back rooms. These liminal spaces. And while we're building, we'll talk about what we can talk about. And if you have any questions about anything, it can be Minecraft related, though we are not experts. We're learning as we go. We are experts when it comes to museums, science, nature, technology.
As you can tell from us frantically Googling sharks as quickly as possible. Mystic Coco was asking about the diet. So they do, it depends on the kind of sloth. So there's two kinds of sloth. There's more than 2 species, but there's two groups of sloth. The two-toed sloth is omnivorous and is able to eat a bunch of different kinds of things. And the two-toed sloth is the kind of sloth that we have. And then 3-toed sloths, which is what most sloths are, they have extremely specific diets, just like koalas do. Although they are, they're actually, in terms of ecological niche, kind of similar to koalas in a lot of ways. They are not genetically related to koalas at all. In fact, sloths are most closely related to anteaters and armadillos, which I feel like makes sense.
Yeah.
Because those are also animals that are specific to the Americas. But what I said earlier was that sloths specifically eat the very most fresh of leaves from specific plants and trees. I'm adding some butterflies to the Living
good.
Conservatory.
Yeah, flesh it out. Okay, let's see here. These are just some little secret back rooms behind the cafe.
Mr. Coco says, interesting, I didn't know a sloth could be an omnivore with how slow it is. It is more of a scavenger. Is it more of a scavenger or does it very slowly hunt insects? It can eat insects, but mostly it just eats things that are dead and on the ground. They are so the omnivores will eat seeds, and two-toed sloths will eat seeds and fruits and all sorts of things like that. Oh, I wonder if the stairs bounding box is treated like a full block or not when it comes to small entities like the butterflies. The butterflies are really little, but I think they probably can't fit through that because it's doesn't even count as a half block. Oh, is it a half block? It is a half block. It's not a stair. This is it's a half block. I wonder if they can fit through half blocks or not. I'm gonna try it. I'll put one in there and see what happens.
Interesting. That's supposed to be.
Nope, they cannot squeeze through the half block. Or the slab, I mean. That's good, because if they could, then we would have had to really redesign this.
Yeah. Mustn't let them escape. So nature
And what's
finds
the
a
point
way.
of the vestibules if you just let all of the butterflies out? But yeah, as omnivores, they'll scavenge, they'll eat some bugs. There's a specific set of moths that only live on in the fur and around sloths, because those moths love sloth poop. Oh, okay, they can actually go through cool.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, no, is that a full block? I think that's a full block. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this a little bit, Matt, because
Okay.
the butterflies can in fact escape. I just need to figure out where. Yeah, so there are sloths that there are moths that only eat sloth poop. So they hang out around sloths and eat their poop.
Oh.
Called sloth moth.
Where the green copper is exposed. That just wasn't finished.
Yeah. Oh, last question for now. I know extinct mega sloths were relied on by certain trees to spread their seeds. So because our modern sloths are so small and so slow, they aren't really used for a lot of plants, except for algae and certain mosses. So large plants, they wouldn't be a very good seed spreader, given that they move extraordinarily slowly and are quite small. So they can't travel very far, unlike the giant ground sloths that could cover a good bit of land fairly quickly. And there were lots of species of Megatherum and other giant ground sloths. It was a good thing to be back in the Pleistocene.
And then humans came along.
Yeah. And the climate changed.
Yeah. Their story was told.
No more giant sloth. What I would do to see a giant sloth.
It probably smell really bad.
Oh yeah, probably.
And that once a week bathroom break. Man. Be like that scene from Jurassic Park.
Okay, I am sealing off these half slab sections.
Okay. You have to do a lot of them.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because of the way that Complementary Unbound does. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the shader so that I can see a little bit better. Because Complementary Unbound in Forge makes glass kind of hard to see. It's harder to see where the edges of glass blocks are.
Sorry, playing with the settings.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I have them off.
Ooh, that's
Weird. Okay. I don't remember what my other sloth talking points were.
Oh, that helped. Yeah, good.
Sloths are an excellent example of how evolution being the survival of the fittest is not the most perfect explanation of evolution, because a lot of creatures are not perfectly optimized and able to do absolutely everything. And are the quote-unquote most evolved or whatever. A lot of creatures, including humans, are just good enough to survive. Is really all they need to be.
They need to survive and at least replace themselves.
Yes.
If they want to continue as a population. As
Survive
a
and reproduce is all they need to be able to do. Is the copper roof slabs or stairs?
Slabs.
Okay.
I don't know if that was smart or not.
I'm figuring out. Can I fill that off? I'm just gonna put a couple hidden blocks back here.
Okay. There are a lot of misconceptions about how evolution works. That's why it's such an interesting topic to talk about and think about, I think.
Okay, I think I did trap a butterfly in there, but you'll be fine.
Yeah. Wait. Supposed to be here? Wait a minute. Oh, just here. Okay.
Our jungle room, the living conservatory, is based on jungles in Central America, likely. I'm not 100. Oh, I got a butterfly in the vestibule. Okay, how do you go back in? Come on. There you go. Awesome. That is actually very helpful, having the little antechamber.
Cool.
But there's jungles all over the world, and jungles are rainforests are some of the most biodiverse locations in the world, no matter where they are. How's the layout coming?
I think good. Sorry.
Have you added in the the 4th floor conference room thing.
The 5th floor?
No, the 4th floor. There's behind the cafe, we have the little that's where we have education section meetings sometimes.
Oh, Explore on 4?
Yeah.
No. I haven't. Okay, so this is now accurate. It just needs appliances and do some nicer lights later.
Unfortunately, Clutter is not a Forge mod, but Cluttered is a Forge mod. Cluttered has a lot of a ton of furniture things that you can add in. I think they based their furniture on other video games like The Sims and Animal Crossing and Legend of Zelda and stuff like that.
That's clever. You know, in real life, there'd be a really nice dinosaur mural here, just of the bones, and we will add that as well. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, we don't have the T-Rex skeleton in this mod either.
Oh.
I have to transfer everything from Fabric and recreate it in Forge, and I haven't done that yet, except for the Sloth and the Prusa, which is one of our 3D printers.
Yeah, we need to scale that dinosaur up anyways.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Oh, we need more iron golems.
The Prusa is stationary right now, right?
Yes, I have not figured out how to make it a animated block.
Is it it's a block right now?
It is a block, yeah.
Okay. So, for anyone that hasn't seen it, this is one of our 3D printers from the lab. Look at it, looks great. Looks great. Awfully dark. I don't know why it's so dark. Need to find a way to brighten this. Yeah, this is one of our 3D printers. This particular 3D printer, it's old. I've upgraded it many times. It's like a 2.5S now, I believe, but it also has a multi-material unit on it that can do 5 different colors at once. Pretty awesome. Just takes a lot of time. That's fine. It's worth it. All right, let's see here. What part am I going to work on?
Yeah, I have it as a block entity. I haven't figured out how to assign the animations properly. They aren't working quite right. It's partially because the dependencies for the code for starting an animation is not working right. But I think that's just because I am not I don't understand exactly how GeckoLib works. So that's probably why.
I'm just pulling up some images because I want to work on the outside a little bit, I think. Inside is kind of dark and depressing at the moment, I feel. So let's move outside.
I'm adding a couple of golems to the 3rd floor because there were a lot of monsters.
Okay. Yeah, so if you hear those noises, you'll know why. All right, so I'm going outside. Let's see. This shouldn't actually be here. It's still not as smooth as it was. I need to work on the settings some more. Okay, so this could be better. Let's see. Needs to bump out. Yeah, This needs to bump out, definitely. First of all, these.
Oh, I know what I can work on for the next 5 minutes. I can work on trying to get my automatic glass doors to work. I'm trying to do using man blocks and redstone. I am trying to set up some sliding glass doors.
Oh, are you gonna attempt that right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or at least try to. Part of the problem is that the thing that I was relying on is only in Bedrock. The command that I was relying on. But I think I have a way to cheese it.
This part needs to bump out some. Let's see here, this. Yeah. Huh. So. There. Okay. Comparing it to the real photographs. How far? 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I may end up moving these later. It's fine. Ooh, you can see through there. Again, this is anyone who's watching now, this is your chance to ask any questions you might have from us. We are Science Museum curators, backgrounds in environmental science, but we also work a lot with technology. Computer programming, electronics, robotics, 3D printing, all of that good stuff. I was doing some programming just today, getting ready for to teach a summer camp. And I'm working on some new programs. It's a coding camp. Learn how to code by making video games from scratch. Not using the program Scratch, but typing out the code is what I mean, from nothing. The scale is off somehow. Oh, those are golems.
And today Matt was working on making a Minecraft clone using just coding it straight in processing, which is what we use, which is a Java-based program.
Yeah, so which is entirely doable. It just all depends on but the trick is to make it as simple as possible to do, to achieve a nice enough effect, a fun enough program, fun enough game without having to type a gazillion lines of code. So that's the challenge. But that's one of the nice things about the language processing is that it allows you to pretty easily create visualizations without having to type a whole lot. Copper. Let's see, copper, oxidized, waxed, cut. That's what I think. Wait. Weathered,
You'll notice
cut.
that all the glass is green. I changed that last week because the glass in the NEC, the other building, the Nature Exploration Center, is all this sort of light green color. So when you look at it from far away, it's really... Oh, why did they yell?
I don't know if that was picked up, but it was very loud, so it might have.
Those guest services making their announcement.
Yes.
Oh man, someone needs to cut that mic. Having too much fun down there.
Yeah.
This is a very serious place. This is a place of learning.
I
Having
wonder
fun
if
is
they
not
get
allowed.
interns.
Having fun is very much allowed at museums. And certain there are people that understand that well. One of the special things about museums is that, especially I think a museum like, especially this particular building, because it's not a stuffy stone building full of, ancient dioramas. It's very futuristic. It's very bright. It's very airy. And it's a great place for people to come and just be themselves. Nerd out, talk to the people who work here, talk to the volunteers that work here that have done have all sorts of experiences and things that they may be interested in, and just feel relaxed. I mean, people will come in here. I saw a few weeks ago, there wasn't anything particularly special about the day. There wasn't a convention going on or anything. A 3-person family came in and they're all dressed up as Pokemon, like full on, like suit Pokemon. That sort of thing is not uncommon. I saw a family come in once and each of them had on a version of the 3-Wolf Moon shirt. It was just fantastic. And this lab, the Viz Lab, is a particularly good place to come if you are nerdy about technology at all, because we have so much of it in here and we've done quite a bit of it. So we're going to have to end this. We're going to keep working on it, but we do need to end this stream. It is the end of the day. If you all have any questions about anything after this, now that this stream is ending, you can add them to the comments and we'll keep an eye on them and answer them. But yeah, so if anyone doesn't have any final questions, thank you all for joining. Thank you for watching. We have several episodes planned. Soon we'll put up a schedule, schedule several at a time, so that you all have a better idea as to when they're coming up. But yeah, we have lots of topics, varied topics planned. So that's it. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching. This is Museum Makers Live, and we will catch you next time. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Find it now. There it is. Okay. Bye.